Hello YouTube, this is Judson Game 44 again, and today we are back, and it's the month of October. We have already been in an October month for a few days now, but today I want to start getting back into video making. I'm sorry for the lack of uploads, but really, it was just because with what had happened recently, as well generally after with that, I was kind of lazy. The car to speed? I don't really know. But anyway, I am now back, and I'm here to make more videos. Today, I just want to kind of talk about the song I made in my last video. I'm not gonna lie, I really was not a good singer. Heck, I really did not sing at all, really. I tried a few times, but I sometimes mess up the lyrics, and I knew I messed up in that video with a few parts, but I tried to refix it. But I was having struggles because singing all that song was saying all those words were kind of hard. But nonetheless, I'm back, I'm here, and I just want to start getting talking about it. Now, really, with song lyrics, I'm not gonna lie, that song was actually hard to make. I was trying to figure out a way to make songs, and I have watched a lot of pop songs like Lady Gaga, or not Lady Gaga, Katy Perry. In the early 2000s with the teen thousands, I was always listening to Katy Perry, like I'm Wide Awake, or A Dark Horse, or well, literally a lot of things with her songs. But really, besides her songs and all that stuff, I was amazed, but also I had a few other songs famous from other singers, but I was always a big female pop song favorite guy. I always loved those kinds of songs. I found them really amazing. Not really big on rap. But when I started to think, hey, why not I write my own song? It was actually proven to be challenging because really, it's kind of hard to make a song that doesn't really sound like the other kinds of songs you heard, but at the same time, it's something that means something to you. You want to make a song that means something about you or something just completely something, but you don't know what it is yet, or maybe you do know, but you don't know how to express it. With mine, I have seen people coming up with song ideas with their own stories, and I thought, why not do that where I don't understand, I don't know why, I probably never know why, type thing, and that's how the song was born. Now, really, I called the song Drama, but honestly, I should have just probably called it I Never Know Why, so that's why I put it there. I really wasn't really too knowing what the title should be, but then again, I probably never know why was technically one of the main lyrics of the whole entire song. So I decided to put that. Now, besides all that part, really, it was really hard to write because I was still thinking, and as I was writing, I was going down with the whole entire song with a lot of dispersions. Really, the song is about with my own family, with the drama we have went through over the last decade. It's even been more than the last decade before I was even born, but really, the main point of it was with each of a family member of mine, but as well, mostly my siblings. I honestly am not a YouTuber that goes talking about really his private life, or I kind of did when I was a little bit younger, but really, I wasn't really all that big fan. Back when the Cycle series Mid Juggernuggets was still doing that type of stuff, I was interesting, maybe I should do those kinds of videos. But then again, no, I really wasn't that type of YouTuber. I didn't really want to be that type of YouTuber that shows a lot of the drama. I mean, we didn't really technically smash stuff or anything, or think about faking it. Heck, my family are not really good actors when it comes to faking an argument, but they do it a lot, if that makes any sense. Okay, no, seriously. A lot of things happened the last 2 years, 2020 and 2021, before I eventually moved to where I am now. It was honestly, those last 2 years, I declare those the worst years of my life ever. Because I went through so much drama, and every single day was a pain in the, well, But other than that, literally every single day was just miserable. We had to share this hotel room because we lost the house we live in. Also, we were forced to move out of another. It's kind of hard to explain, really, but what happened was 2 years ago, a relative of ours that we were all living together because we all agreed we would move into that person's house, which one of my siblings was getting married to, but the person sadly died. Rest his soul. But nonetheless, what happened was we didn't own the house or anything because the two did not got married and there was no legal for us to be there. We technically were allowed to stay there for 1 month because we technically paid rent to stay there for the last month before the person died. but there was a lot of violence and everything with the people who want the place, and they were really ordering and doing a lot, wanting us to do all this type of things that were not comfortable with, like, oh, we're gonna have all these bunch of strangers here, and like, no, we are not having that. And guys, before you say, well, technically it's their house, well, no, you see what happened was we each filled up a room of us, and a lot of our stuff were all around, and these people had like a bad record, and like, you know what, we're not comfortable with this. We are just going to move with another relative of ours, and really, it was horrible because we were all tied up in this trailer because they started got like the people there really started got violent with us, and like, okay, no, we are not staying here then. It's your place. It's not ours. We're taking our stuff and leave. That's that. We did that, and once we did that, it was really horrible because I was like going through like deep depression. And my siblings that were taking COVID-19 really did not take it well. Like, they constantly kept breaking the rules. My sibling, who sadly lost his fiance, went through a very deep depression. But really, since COVID happened at around only just a few weeks before it was announced we were in a pandemic, that's when really things really turned for worse, because like he was gone for hours on end and always complaining. Like, everyone, we were all freaking out, like, oh my god, what happens to us, what happens to us, because we really didn't know that much about COVID back then as we do now, but we were still like panicking every time something like that happens, because, well, none of us wanted to get simply. Really, my siblings won't even try to understand and think, oh yeah, no one ever thinks about me type thing. No one, like, they always want to keep complaining about that. And I'm like, what? Dude, this isn't about all you. Like, we try to help them with their grieving, but they want to keep waiting. And it made sense for like a couple of months how they were acting when they just lost. But after that, my siblings really just became like, they used that excuse to justify their actions, literally for months, even a year, and still kind of like rubs it in our face in a way, kind. But there was a few times where part of the song lyrics that actually came to play. Like, over a year ago, I was pretty much known as the watchdog of my mom, because my siblings had this habit of like stealing things from her, and I was like, okay, no, someone has to keep an eye on everything. Literally, I had to keep an eye. Like, I would stay in my mother's room when she was not there, and neither was dad, so I had to keep an eye on everything to make sure neither of my siblings would have tried to steal or take something. And they call me, oh, Mom, your guard dog is watching. Like, if I called them out, put that down, like, that's not yours, type of thing. Literally, it's kind of humiliating. I'm the youngest, for peak's sake. My siblings are all a decade older than me. It was humiliating. Anyway, it was like that for like a year when I turned 19, and around that point, I eventually, okay, I'm getting the heck out of here. For like over like 9 months, we kind of live in this hotel run room thing. It was horrible. The dishes were hard to make because how low the sink was to the ground. Like, I really had to bend my back, which was painful. I hated doing dishes really back then. When we finally moved into a new place that had the sink way more higher, I was like, oh, I can do dishes while bending. That was a miracle to me. But honestly, during all that time, it was always drama, screaming. My siblings would always come over, which a lot of stuff happened. But really, around that time, my brother was like trying to snooping around my parents' stuff, and I was watching, and like he noticed, and he told me to mind my, well, effing business. I'm not making that up. He literally had that nerves. He was doing a lot of bad things at that time, and really, I was really mad because I felt insulted. Heck, I actually thought about teaching him a lesson. Of course, I didn't. But really, a lot of drama just happened. I think if I start really going over a lot more details, what happened with my life type thing, I might start making videos talking about that. I don't really know for sure. But really, other than that, like, really, throughout the most part, my siblings have always like done a lot of stupid things where they constantly make their problems our problems, where they want to keep telling us. We try to help them, like suggest ideas or welcome them in, but they said, no, we need you to, like, what do you want? We're trying to help you in any way we can, but you never take our advice, you never do anything that we say. And yet you want to force our problems ours, but you don't want us to do it. My dad and brothers, siblings, well, what they all did was, like, they always constantly complained the same thing over and over. Say, where we're going to be in 10 years, Dad would say, or say, we wasted 10 years and everything, like, over and over. My siblings as well did the same thing with their own problems and this and that. About how come, oh, why does no one care about me type thing. It was over and over. At the point, I felt like the life was sucking out of me. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly used to be such cheerful and happy, but really, I went through a lot of things for those last 2 years that changed me the way I am. Where honestly, I cannot stand it. It was horrible. When we finally moved to the trailer, it technically didn't really ended. A lot more drama, but if I really go into more details, I think I'll have to explain that more if I start making more, because like it's a lot more personal things. And like what I'm telling you, if I really start talking about my life, I'm telling you, I would go in really deep, like what I'm saying here, because believe me, there's a lot that I really have not been saying. But I probably never know why song has been really about me with how I've been seeing everything. Like I have tried to help, my parents had tried to help them, but yet I just never understand why they always ended up like this. I never understand why they do this. I don't know why they keep doing it, type thing. It was always about what they were constantly doing to us. We want to help them, but they don't want it. Truth is, you can only help someone if they want it. If they don't, you can't help them. Because simply they won't accept it, they won't do it. What they need to do in order to accept it. It's really sad, honestly. Honestly, if I really, like I said before, if I go into more detail, I probably will start explaining a lot more of this, a lot more of my own life, because like I said already, like, okay, I know I'm saying that again, but still, I would definitely go into it really deep, like explain what really happened with the whole entire house. Like there's a lot I haven't really said, or what happened during my whole entire and the motel, or all this. Honestly, throughout those last 2 years, I went through like a deep depression, and a lot of videos I couldn't make because I didn't have no privacy. That was a really big reason. Everyone was screaming at each other. Like I could not focus, write fan fiction, or any of that type of stuff because no one could get along or try to focus with the pandemic or anything we were in. I mean, my parents definitely were focused, but my siblings were not, and that was the real big problem. They try and make it all about them, and honestly, it was just sad. But anyway, really, that's all that was. It's been a bunch of drama. Like throughout all these 10 years, it's always been about drama with my siblings. With how come my parents are favoring me over them? When reality is they're all grown ups, and they still act like children. And they, oh yeah, because you're young, and they always pick you. Hello, I'm technically still learning a lot of things you already learn that they and you always want to keep making it about you. How about get a life type thing? That's always what I said to them. Well, not really. I kept my mouth shut when I was way more younger. Right now, I'm not doing that because I am not going to keep dealing with this with my own siblings. You want to keep talking to me like this, disrespecting, all that type of stuff, and you still try to do it? No, 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 we're not doing that. Anyway, this video has been going on for over 13 minutes. I hope you enjoy this little short, and I probably will actually start making more videos talking about my personal life, because now I'm getting older, and honestly, now that I'm not a teenager anymore, I haven't been for the last few years, but still, I want to start like talking about more, making it more older content, where I like discuss and talk things. As well, I am going to still do review videos, but also I wanted to do plans for Halloween and all that stuff. I hope you all did enjoy this video, and until then, this is Judson Game 44 signing out. Until then, I will see you later. Bye!